Good morning, Southern Arizona. It rained yesterday, if we didn't have to say that for the 50th time this morning, right, Alex Steiniger?
Yes, it makes us all so happy. And this morning I was walking Henry, and it was so refreshing out there.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice change, you know. And it came down quick.
It did. Well, it was like sheets of rain.
And wind.
Right? Wind and Gila Monsters. It rained like cats and Gila Monsters in my house yesterday. We had this one this big, and I think we have a family. I know we have a family living underneath our deck, which is very comforting at night.
It's very comforting, but at least you didn't put a screwdriver in its head like someone in Tucson did a couple years ago. Did you hear about that? Anyway, we won't go there. I'm glad that the Gila Monsters okay. We're going to skip past that now. We want to keep
let's talk about
appetites.
Disneyland so we can just have the pixie dust over us now.
Disney World.
Disney World.
Yep,
so Star Wars Galaxy opened.
Right, it opened.
While we were sleeping this morning, all of these people were wide awake, ready, and lined up to get in to see Star Wars Galaxy Edge.
But it reached full capacity within minutes of the park opening, and people had to use this app, this virtual queuing system, to receive an assigned time to enter the park. This is the world we live in now. And one of the rides, the Millennium Falcon, I think it's one of the ones we saw there, Smuggler's Run, had a 300-minute wait time for people to get in there. And so even though people had to wait overnight, one of the guests said that they did an amazing job. The staff there kept it all orderly and together, unlike the Costco in China that we talked about yesterday.
Still, the excitement was the same, though. It looks so realistic. I can't wait to go. I wasn't one of those people who was signed up ahead of time and looking forward to the start date because of, being a Star Wars fan. But now that I see it, it's like you're immersed in the movie.
I can't wait to go to it. I'm going to wait probably a year or two, though, so that it dies down a little bit.
I think I'm going to have to. Already.
That's true. And one of the things you can find there is has a little controversy to it because it looks like a bomb. Apparently, there's these Coke bottles that resemble the little thermal detonators that you see in Star Wars, and the TSA has something to say about it.
You can see why they would pull somebody over if they saw that in their luggage. Oh, look what's in my carry-on. This is normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, the TSA does have a guideline that says you can't take model bombs or something that resembles a bomb.
Does it?
Well, yeah, it does. And it just makes sense. You can't carry it on or even check it.
Right.
And so it's a replica explosive, they call it.
Can you imagine, like, you're on vacation with your family and they're like, ma'am, you step aside here for a second. And your husband's like, honey, is there something? You're like, oh, it's probably nothing. They're like, we're going to bring the FBI in and you're not going to Disneyland
it's
anymore.
Probably the thermal detonator in my bag.
The TSA said if our officers discover a replica item during screening and believes it's the real item, it will be treated as such until law enforcement advises otherwise. So you're going to be treated as such, which they left out.
Yeah, so just ship it to yourself or drive all the way there. So anyway, that's an interesting thing. And something else that might give you trouble at an airport are these shoes. Because there was a whole bomb shoe scare back in the 9/11 days. And these shoes, look at how futuristic they look, but imagine all the gear that's inside them. So these actually adapt to your foot. You can lace them up and loosen them and tighten them with an app.
And so basically you can say, Siri, lace up my shoes.
Exactly.
Siri, get me dressed.
Siri, I'm going to go for a run, and it actually tightens the shoe. Or you're going to say, Siri, I'm going to relax, and it loosens it, and you can change the light color on the side.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is right up my alley.
Like a car, like underneath a car.
Like underneath a car.
That is so cool. See, moms out there know how difficult it can be to tie your child's shoes when you're first starting out, and you're like, look, mommy, and it's just all awkward, and you're just sitting there. And I mean, it's sainthood if you're a mom or a dad, and you can stand there while your toddler tries to tie their shoelaces, and inside you're like screaming, going, we have to be at the doctor's appointment. And you're like, no, honey, you're doing a great job.
You're doing fine, baby. Well, now you can just get them a pair of those Nikes.
That's what I'm saying.
For like $500 or whatever they're going to be.
Give up on parenthood.
Give up on parenting. Let the computers do it for you. And Facebook's doing something interesting too. You saw this story.
Right.
They're changing
which
something.
Surprised a lot of people, but yet at the same time didn't. We didn't know that it was coming. But so, how Facebook always says, and I think you probably have the exact quote, Alex, that it's free.
It's free and always will be. There it is. That's what it used to say.
Well, it won't be.
It won't say that anymore. It'll probably still be free, but as everybody knows, Facebook isn't actually free because the fact is they track you to no end, and then they target ads and beam ads at your face all day. So you're paying for it in one way, and it's through advertising.
And do you think that Facebook, now is going to be a thing of the past? Maybe not in the near future, but eventually it's just going to phase out because people are getting
MySpace
a little tired of it?
Honestly, I think it's going to hang out. I think it really will. It's one of those things that just helps connect people at the end of the day, but it has the unfortunate side effect.
It has that way of, though, like pulling you back in, because you do want to see what family and friends are doing, especially if they don't live here locally. This Canadian man, wow, is he happy this morning? Although he's been happy for the last 10 months. He's
been happy and scared for the last 10 months because he played the same lottery numbers for 20 years and finally hit it. This is in Canada. He won $60 million.
He hit it big.
He hit it big. He went to the clerk at the store and had him print the numbers, and then he went home and double-checked the numbers for hours, and he was just in disbelief.
I know. So the numbers, in case you were wondering, not to play these anymore because they've already been done, were 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 20, and 30. I always wonder if he has a 30-year-old, may have a 2-year-old.
It had to do with his family. He said birthdays and ages and dates and whatnot, and it finally worked out for him. So patience pays off.
That's awesome.
It is.